This morning, Hunter Biden pleaded guilty to pretty much nothing. Biden pled to 2 misdemeanor tax evasion charges, then entered a diversion on a federal gun charge. That's it. As far as Merrick Garland's Justice Department is concerned, Hunter Biden is done. There was no pre-dawn raid carried live simultaneously on CNN. There was no perp walk, no handcuffs, no press conference. Above all, there was no felony. Hunter Biden, who broke federal gun laws, can still carry a gun. It's like it all never happened. In fact, the Justice Department just baptized Hunter Biden. A lifetime of sins washed away in an instant. It was a secular miracle. In the meantime, though, the question is, what can we learn from Hunter Biden's plea deal today? First off, the obvious. For the children of the people in charge, there are no penalties. There are only upsides. They're princelings. They can do what they want. You are not. Therefore, you can't. So don't get any ideas about cheating on your taxes or violating federal gun laws unless you want to celebrate next year's Father's Day through the glass in the visitor's room. The rules definitely apply to you, including rules you don't yet know exist. But there is also a deeper lesson here, a more disturbing one. What we're watching through Hunter Biden's life and through the Biden administration, now entering its 3rd year, is the total inversion of virtue. What was once considered admirable is now derided as stupid, if not racist. That would include achievement, intelligence, honesty, self-control, humility. Those are features of the old America. Those were yesterday's virtues. They are gone. In their place, all that we once considered contemptible and repulsive, we're told to worship that now.
Tucker Carlson just took a flamethrower, not to just the utterly unprecedented corrupt plea deal that Hunter Biden just got because of his genetics, but to the whole of the permanent political class, and I would argue by implication the feckless Republican Party that continues to oversee this rot, doing what they do best, absolutely nothing. As I'm sure you all know by now, Hunter Biden has reached a plea deal. He's going to plead guilty to 2 counts of tax evasion and a felony gun possession, which will in turn be subsequently dropped. As Tucker pointed out, he literally pleaded guilty to nothing. No felonies, no influence peddling, no conspiracy to defraud, no, nothing. Just probation, nothing more. Move on. Now, as I understand it, this plea deal actually violates the Justice Department policies. This is coming from the likes of Robert Barnes, who's been involved in federal criminal tax law for years now. He makes the argument that the DOJ operates with what's called the top count or major count policy, which means that the count with the heaviest sentence among all the other counts must be prosecuted if there's probable cause to support it. So in this case, with Hunter Biden, that concerns conspiracy charges, right? Conspiracy to defraud the federal government. The next top count would be tax evasion. The next would be filing false tax returns. Instead, he's only being prosecuted with a misdemeanor failure to pay the tax. That's it. And Barnes, who's spent years in federal tax law, he's saying this plea deal is frankly unheard of. Conspiracy to defraud and tax evasion are almost always prosecuted by the federal government as felonies. So all of this is to say that this is a plea deal that no one else on the planet would ever have gotten. The Justice Department would never have extended this deal to anyone else. In fact, as I understand it, they couldn't based on their own prosecutorial policies. So is it any wonder that pundits like my namesake, Jonathan Turley, professor of law at George Washington University, is it any wonder that they're arguing this plea deal is doing nothing more than further deepen the widespread concerns about a perceived 2-tier justice system in our nation? I mean, remember the latest Harvard-Harris poll that just came out found that 55% of the population believes that the federal indictment against President Trump is politically motivated. Nearly 6 in 10 think this is nothing more than a political hack job. 56% believe that this is a deliberate interference in the 2024 election by Biden's Justice Department. And it's no wonder, given that Trafalgar polling has found that 79% of Americans believe we live in a 2-tier justice system that protects the establishment at the expense of average citizens. 8 out of 10 voters, 8 out of 10 believe we live in a 2-tier justice system. How do you think this plea deal scores with that? We don't have to be geniuses here, right? Jonathan Turley recognizes that this widespread skepticism that, keep in mind, already existed long before this plea deal, that skepticism towards a justice system is only going to further erode, along with implosion in public trust towards the Department of Justice. In fact, that implosion in trust is just symptomatic of a wider delegitimizing of the whole system, which more and more of us see as incurably rigged, which of course begs the question, what are you doing about it? How are you fighting back? Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, working for woke corporations? Do you want to get ahead of the Biden economy and stop paying the bank every month? Did you know that in just 5 to 7 years on your current income, you could actually pay off your entire home entirely and begin accumulating significant wealth to build your own parallel economy? The elites have lawyers and consultants who spend all day finding loopholes and secrets to save their wealth, but you now have a fellow patriot who's here to do that for you. You need to click on that link below and watch this video with my good friend Michael Lush, founder and CEO of Replace Your University. He's about to reveal the bulletproof financial blueprint that will change your life forever. But beware, this is not your typical financial advice. It's a daring, unconventional approach that challenges everything you thought you knew about money. Are you ready to embrace the methods Americans have traditionally used to pay off their homes quickly before big finance and the government get involved? Click that link below to join the revolution and discover the truth that will set you free. But be warned, once you see the light, there's no going back. An outraged Stephen Miller tweeted out, "Where's the DOJ investigation to Joe Biden and the Biden family's corrupt foreign business dealings? Where are the grand juries and the subpoenas? Where are the cold-blooded tactics they used against Paul Manafort? Where are the foreign nationals being hauled in to testify?" You all know the answer. Yeah, we do. We know the answer. The answer is that this is a clown show. It's a clown. It's blatant. And this is exactly what Turley's pointing out here. This plea deal is just going to put the skepticism that has already abounded on steroids. This is a clown show. But the key here is this. It's a clown show only because Republican politicians allow it. Feckless, donor-controlled GOP politicians refuse to fight fire with fire, which means the Democrats know they'll always get away with this. So this absolutely absurd kabuki theater perpetuates precisely because the Republican Party is too cowardly to do anything about it. It's so interesting how this ties in with what Tucker said at the end there, how all of this is an inversion of virtue. We have to remember, classically speaking, so going back to ancient Athens, Rome, Jerusalem, the very foundations of our Western civilization, classically speaking, courage is the central virtue. It's the most important one. Right? You have 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, moderation, justice, and courage. And the notion here is that without courage, all the other virtues fall apart. You have to have the fortitude to want to be free, to want to cultivate and protect civic virtue. And without the fortitude and the courage to do that, all the other virtues disappear. This is why, ironically, I'm so optimistic. It's not because of Republicans or politicians, that's for sure. It's not even because of the likes of someone like Tucker, although he's a treasure. No. The reason why I'm so optimistic is because of you. You, who refused to comply with this insanity, this absurdity. You, who stand up for faith, family, and freedom every single day. You are the ones who are going to rescue our nation from this despair and usher in a new beginning, the dawn of a new era of liberty. Hey gang, if you want to connect with more courageous patriots and start taking action and organizing, be sure to join my Telegram group. I post the latest breaking news I find interesting and chat with my favorite patriots around the country and even the world. Click the link in the description below and join the conversation today.